Yo, how much time do you think they finna get cash out? His mama in there crying. I don't see what she crying for. That be killing me though. Like, if you know you guilty, you know you guilty. Why is you crying? Take it like woman up. Take it like a woman. You know you was doing what you was doing. You understand if you get caught or if you know, you got caught. You understand the consequences. You know you going to prison if you was to get caught and you got caught. So what is you crying for? Damn. Tam, you for real? Now they facing life without parole. Now, okay, when I just turned it on, they had the third guy, the brown skinned guy, not Cash Out or his mama, the other guy. They had him up there just speaking, you know, let him speak before he gets sentenced. He just sat down, so they should be back in about less than 5 minutes now. They just went on a 10-minute break. If they get him life, if they get him life without parole for that, they bogus. I'm talking about like, nah, I don't think they finna get that because, yeah, I know they guilty. I know they guilty. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say, why is mama crying if they guilty? You know, I understand she don't want to go to jail, but look what she was doing. Yeah, me too. He said it in that right around with that Nina, that Keisha song. If you listen to that Keisha song, he basically tricked on himself. He been pimping. He been doing that. I ain't know his mama was doing it though. Like, come on now.
Download the Kayak app to search and compare prices on flights, cars, and hotels from hundreds of travel sites. Then do what people do. Check sites Kayak already checked. Play word game, play different word games. Shorter, cool word, thought it would be worth more. Oh yeah, back to the Kayak app for a great deal.
MIQ Sigma is the leading AI-powered advertising technology.
Smoking on Keisha right now with that Nina. What he say? Big pimping over here, church. How he take his mama down? Shit, they been new. This a Rico. They know what the fuck was going on. He ain't take his mama down. Shit, she took herself down. Man, that Keisha used to. Man, I swear to. Man, listen here. Everybody, man, that shit was cold. I remember that's when we had just moved to Iowa City. We had me and Shay when that shit had dropped. I used to be on 10 slamming that shit in the crib. That's when we had moved to Corville. And we was working in Iowa City, hanging out in Iowa City. Matter of fact, we had went in the shelter first at Iowa City. Alright, here we go. And then we had moved to Corville. I'm gonna be quiet for a minute, y'all, and just listen. Thank y'all for joining my live. If y'all can, man, send a super chat. I really would appreciate it when I come up, man. I'm gonna remember everybody. Everybody that sent a super chat, everybody that joined as a member, I'm gonna remember y'all. I keep my log book right here. And I take screenshots. Right around with that nigga. Hey, but whole time he was a one-hit wonder. What else was bumping? He ain't never make nothing else. He ain't never made nothing else after that. He made something, but I'm saying that shit wasn't no hit like that Keisha. I mean, that it's actually called Cash Out. Cashing out, cashed out, something like that. I call it Keisha. Cause that's when we start smoking that Kush, that Keisha. We start calling it Keisha, that good Kush. This is my first time ever going live on my iPad. It looked pretty good so far. Can y'all hear and everything? Can y'all see? Is it freezing or anything? Let me know, please. Can y'all hear me nice and clear? Can y'all hear it nice and clear? Yeah, he was. But shit, I bet he made at least a meal off that shit for himself, on himself. That shit probably went like gold or platinum. I had to look it up. That shit was hot. That's how he known. You know what I'm saying? Like if it ain't sell like that, man, motherfuckers wouldn't be tuned in like that with him. On the real. That shit sold. New video on the way. New video on the way. Y'all stay tuned. I'm finna post God dog it. That I'm finna post God dog it that I can't think of it right now. My mind in a million places. But I'm finna post something in 1 minute right after this sentencing go off, or I might post it while it's still on. I'm already knowing, Tam. Hey, if motherfucker get to acting crazy, if you pop in, man, take their ass, man, put their ass up out of here. I think you still should be moderator. Okay, it's about that time. 12 o'clock. They just went on a 10-minute break, y'all. 12 o'clock, they should be back in a few seconds. Okay, cool. And Tam, all you gotta do is just stay in and just like put your phone in your pocket. You ain't necessarily gotta leave though, unless you want to. Okay, they 5 minutes late. What the hell going on? Thursday goes on right around with that name. Okay, let's see. I can do this. I might have to send this. I can't edit this right now. It ain't Word. Man, only if y'all do. Only you know. If only you knew. You go, man.
This one. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, during the course of this trial, the court heard and viewed evidence demonstrating the very worst of human behavior toward other human beings. The jury verdict in this case reflects that the state met its burden in proving beyond a reasonable doubt that the diabolical conduct of the defendants occurred. The sentencing to be meted out by this court will be responsive to that. Mr. John Michael Hakeem Gibson, would you please stand? On count one, violation of the Georgia RICO Act, 20 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 10. On count 10, rape. Life in confinement. Count 12, aggravated sodomy. Life in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 22, trafficking a person for sexual servitude. 20 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 1. Count 23, trafficking a person for sexual servitude. 20 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 22. Count 24, on the lesser included offense of battery. 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 25, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. 5 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 23. Count 26, pimping. 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 27, pandering. 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 28, keeping a place of prostitution. 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 29, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 30, simple battery, merges into count 24, battery. Count 45, possession of prohibited items by an inmate. 5 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 25. Conditions of this sentence.
Yeah, he already got life,
with any
right?
of the victims named in the
She already passed, gave him life, right?
or their families.
These other charges just running concurrent with the life sentence.
You are to register
As a
as a sex offender.
damn.
You are to stay away from 737 Alfred Road to Atlanta. You are to stay away from the Mezzo
She still gotta read that.
2171 Peachtree.
He ain't never getting
You are to
out.
stay away from the St. George's Commons address. And you are to stay away from the Fulton Industrial Boulevard corridor.
It must be life with parole. Unless this just something she gotta say.
All right, Ms. Smith and counsel, please stand for me. As to count 1, violation of the Georgia RICO Act, 20 years to serve in confinement. Count 37, trafficking a person for sexual servitude, 10 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive to count 1. You're to have no contact with any of the victims, including Diamond Early, named in this indictment, or their families. You are to register as a sex offender. You are to stay away from 737 Alfred Road, the Mezzo, 2171 Peachtree Road, the address at the St. George's Commons, 9340, and the FIB, Fulton Industrial Boulevard corridor. You may be seated. All right. Mr. Taylor. On count one, violation of the Georgia RICO Act, 20 years to serve in confinement, to run consecutive with count 9. Count 9 rape, life in
Damn.
confinement. Count 11, aggravated sodomy, life in confinement, to run concurrent with count 9. Count 13, trafficking a person for sexual servitude, 20 years to serve in confinement, to run consecutive with count 1. Count 15, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, 20 years to serve in confinement, to run consecutive with count 13. Count 16, false imprisonment, 10 years to serve in confinement, to run consecutive with count 15. Count 17, pandering by compulsion, 10 years to serve in confinement, to run concurrent with count 9.
And the car discussions can be really good learning opportunities for kids and their parents and the relationship.
With count 9. Count 19, tampering with evidence, 12 months to serve in confinement, to run concurrent with count 9. Count 20, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer by use of threats or violence, 10 years to serve, to run concurrent with count 9, and a suspended fine of $300. You're to have no contact with any of the victims named in the indictment, nor are you to have any contact with Diamond or Earth or any of their families. You are to stay away from the Fulton Industrial Boulevard corridor. You are to stay away from 737 Alfred Road in Atlanta. You are to stay away from the Mezzo address at 2171 Peachtree Road and the address at St. George Commons, 9340. You register as a sex offender. And that is the sentence of this court. You may be seated. Mr. Gibson, Ms. Smith, and Mr. Taylor, I have to give you some post-conviction rights that you have, all right? You may remain seated while I give you these rights, okay? You need to know that you have the right to seek post-judgment relief from your convictions, your crimes, by either making a motion for a new trial in this court and or filing an appeal to a higher appellate court. If you wish to file a motion for a new trial or an appeal, then you will need to file the said motion or notice of appeal with the clerk of the Superior Court of this county within 30 days of the judgment and jury verdict, the final disposition. You may wish to more fully discuss this with your lawyers. If a motion for new trial is made and the court denies it, you will have 30 days from the filing of the order of denial in which to file with the clerk of this court your notice of appeal. You have a right to have a lawyer represent you on the motion for new trial and the first level of direct appellate review. And if you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, the court will provide you a lawyer and a transcript of your trial at no cost. With respect to felony convictions, you usually have a period of 4 years from the date that your sentence in this court becomes final to file what is known as a habeas corpus petition. On any misdemeanors, you have a period of 1 year from the date your sentence in this court becomes final to file a habeas corpus petition. All right? And with that, they may begin. Yes. All right. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So there you have it. Do y'all think it's worth it? Doing those type of things for the money? Do y'all think it's worth it? If you ask me, I don't. I could have been pimping, but I chose not to. Pimping is a dirty game. It ain't even a game. Pimping is a devilish, very devilish thing to do. Just for some money. Just like the Bible say, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Believe it or not. I'm gonna get up out y'all ear. I'm finna drop a new video in a couple of minutes, about an hour or two, it should be posted. Love y'all. Thanks for joining my live and hitting them thumbs up. I ask for y'all to please share my live. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Thanks.